All right, so we're about to do another back test. It's Friday night. I started recording one, but then I realized that I hadn't changed the days of the week, so I just restarted the recording. It's awkward for me. May 17th, and then we're gonna do this. We're gonna shuffle this up a little bit, see what we get. I always like to shuffle the pairs, so I could have I assume that I would have a lower chance of getting the same one. New Zealand US May 17th. Okay, I can do New Zealand US May 17th. Let's do New Zealand US, and let's flatten out price here. So that's the 17th there. What we want to do is we want to go to the 16th and then go to the 11 o'clock candle on the 4-hour, 11 p.m. that is. And then we look at order flow. So here's May 16th, we bullish. We attacking this liquidity high right here. And we can even put liquidity with dollar signs and stuff if I have it. There it is. So I'd say that we're heading to that, and then possibly ping-ponging down to either these areas here to fill in this missing price, or we can come back down to test demand. Like I say supply a lot. Regardless, let's go ahead and go to that 15-minute and see if we can get a liquidity grab around 415 and take it lower. Okay, so it looks like we're still in bullish order flow. The most recent 15-minute high is here. We have a bullish zone of demand here that tested off of this zone of demand. So if it goes down, we're just looking to run this liquidity and then possibly get a bounce back up. Or if we continue going up, maybe coming back down to here. Either way, I would say that it wants to run this overall point, but we will see as we get started. It is 2.5 minutes in, so trying to get faster, getting started with these. We got the 5-minute going. Not much different from the 15-minute. You can see that we're in a zone of supply right now, as outlined here. And like I say, if you watch my other back tests, I hate making my chart look like this, all these boxes at the start, but I suppose it is necessary for everyone and myself to keep track of where we're at. So we got the back test helper set up. All right, so on the 1 minute, we pushing into the first zone of supply, which is right here, and then this will be our second one. So we'll see what happens. Maybe my bias is bullish, so if we go back to the 5-minute, we're already kind of tapping out of there and possibly pushing up. So I'm not looking for sells right now. It was a nice push down. I didn't see, I guess I could have entered here, but that's kind of weird. Okay, we're still in this zone of supply here. We just made equal highs, so that gives a target for price to come to. And there you go. So we ran the 15-minute liquidity, expecting possibly a reaction, but we're not getting it yet. We still have the liquidity up there, so that might be a thing. Here's our reaction, and if we fail to break a high, I can enter. Very interesting price action. I do like this. I'm going to enter with my stop loss above the wick, going for 1 to 3 because we have basically a double top pattern here. I don't know if this is too large on New Zealand, but hopefully not. The only thing I don't like is that we made kind of a W pattern here, so kind of risky. Okay, gonna break even this. And I'm going to remove this zone. so that's not as confusing. Okay, got our 1 to 3. Sorry for the suspense. I was genuinely trying to figure out what was happening, but it's just reacting off of that zone of demand. Eventually this backtest series, since I am backtesting and practice, like this is practice for me, but also like my friends said it helped them a lot to show this, so like that's why I post them. Anyways, my point is eventually I think I should start teaching myself how to trail stops, and maybe possibly watch some other YouTube videos on it, because I have never really learned how to trail stops. Since we're in bullish order flow, so we're right here at the 15-minute mark. I'm just gonna check the 15-minute. We're really at the bottom of that order block there, or that zone of demand there, and I'm wondering if we break the low of this or if we continue to go upward from here, because we're kind of testing off of this zone here. And I think since we're in bullish order flow, we assume that we'd run the highs. Like, it's just more probability in like another one of those, right? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wait for extra confirmation. I might not get it, but I'm gonna wait for it. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we need it to break a short-term high and then come up. Okay, we are pushing lower. I don't like entering at the low, but I do have some type of bias that we continue pushing down here. We're at 524, so I'll check the 5-minute. 5 minutes telling me that we probably run this low, or at least down to this low. So like maybe we move this down to here, and that's our whole zone. But yeah, I'm wondering, I think it'd be kind of risky for me to take this extra trade here as a continuation for a sell at least. Yeah, I don't know about all that. Okay, there's like savage news. I see. Okay, I wasn't paying attention to that. What is that? Retail sales? Okay, well, didn't even notice. Okay, I might enter on a bullish candle here. Not that bullish candle. That one. The reason for this is because we just ran this like really obvious point of liquidity. Then we broke this these short-term highs here, and we filled in some of this missing price, then we started bouncing up. So I think that we could potentially start running those highs now. Risky trade, but let's see what we got. I'm gonna break even this trade. Let's move this here. Okay, so we got out at break even. That's fine. Just drop my water. The reason I broke even that trade is because it made this like crazy V-shape thing, and I don't know what's going on when like this could be a continuation of this like lower low, or it could be bouncing from here. We're kind of in the middle. Like let's see. So if I took this, let me just change this. Let me put the fib on and see what's happening and where we're at in this whole swing. So if I did this here, right? Now we're in the, like, this is like an area of confusion for me. Like, once price starts doing all this, I don't know. So we're gonna wait and see what happens here. It's great that we took a break even there. So we'll just do this and flatten this. There we go. That might be the easiest. Okay. If we don't break this low, I'll buy. Okay. So I think we missed our opportunity for a sell. Just fine. I probably should have checked the 15-minute when that push was happening, because lo and behold, pushed up into that zone of supply right here, and then continued dropping. So that was that move. We could probably push back up somewhere in here. But we will have to see how price keeps moving as we go. Let's see what we got. I don't see any pullbacks just yet. I do see a way where we could force some trades, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark this off here and then wait for a pullback, possibly. Check the 5-minute as well. I do see, I mean, this could have been something, but that's risky. Maybe this here. See what happens. We're just kind of consolidating. Not doing too much with our lives here. Okay, we broke some lows. If we reject from here, I might enter a trade. But it's just, we're just kind of pushing up. Okay, so we're back at our zone of supply now. So that would be a good indication that we'd want to enter. But I'm gonna wait for a push back up and then entry off of that. Okay. So let's see where we're at least on the 5-minute here. Okay, so we could be filling in some of this missing price here with that move that we just did. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna enter based off of this fill of missing price in this higher time frame supply zone. And I'll put my stop loss above this area of supply because technically that's what we're playing off of. This right here. And we'll just take 1 to 3, but maybe if price delivers us something good, we can try to trail. Okay, I'm gonna move my stop to break even. And 1 to 3 will be right here. And there we go. So a nice +3. Let me keep going. I really should learn to trail. That is some savage movement. Okay, let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, looks like we're in the mood for a massive drop today. Dropping off our kids at the pool, seems like. I'm gonna take this move as part of my area of supply. Just make sure we know what that is. Yep, that's the whole 15-minute one, so we're just gonna do that and wait for a pullback. Okay, where are we at now? Is this a 5-minute? So we are kind of playing around this 5-minute zone of supply here, but let's just keep going. Let's see what happens. No rejection, easy decisions. Weird price action here. Let me go back 1 candle and see what this is actually doing. Okay, so we almost tapped into our zone of supply. On the 5-minute, it looks a little bit more clear to me. I think the 5-minute or the 3-minute might be what we're playing off of. Maybe somewhere in here. Well, we'll see. We'll keep going. Just gotta keep going until it's clear to us. This is very choppy. Okay, so we have a left shoulder, a head. It's very tempting to enter on this because we just made basically a head and shoulders in my book, and we broke the low of that right shoulder, so we'll see what's happening here. Try to take this to 1 to 3. Okay, I'm gonna break even this trade in case it comes back up. Don't really like the price action here. It's kind of hesitant to break lows, like it's stalling at each of these points, but let's see what happens. Okay, so we got out at break even. Very nice. We're all about protecting our account today. Hitting that 9 o'clock session here. So let's see what happens. This makes me want to enter a little bit. I kind of like the price action here. We made another head and shoulder pattern. The only thing is that this didn't break any lows here, so I don't think it's safe. I'm gonna let it go. I almost think I should start buying, but it's okay. Lots of stalling here. Lots of indecision. I think I'm going to take a risky sell here. Price is showing some hesitation with breaking this high. So once we came back up and then made another right shoulder like this, I think it makes, it gives me some confidence to enter this trade. I'll do 1 to 3. Let's see what happens. Okay, so price stopped hesitating. Got a -1 here. So now we should refine this to our top area. So we're playing off of this area of supply. And so we'll just wait for the same move. Like basically if this low breaks here, we'll just wait for a pullback. But if it keeps running up, then that's fine too. Oh, we're still going up. Broke the high. Like I said, I probably should have started buying wherever I said that, somewhere in here. And here we go. So we just melted. It's awesome. So this I'll enter on. This is pretty savage also. I don't usually like entering on these moves, but I think that with the way that price dropped like this and then showed another drop, I'm gonna try it out. And we're wrong. That's okay. I love it when the market's like, yeah, you're wrong, but you're also wrong in the most spectacular way possible. And that you should have just listened to yourself and started buying. Okay, it's the FOMC, isn't it? Oh, it's Fed. It's Powell talking. I forgot. Powell talking on a US pair ain't the right one, huh? Well, we are at our 11 o'clock, 11:30 session here, so I will end this with 4R, which is fine. I feel like I traded pretty well on this. Lower energy today, but nonetheless, 4R New Zealand US on May 17th. Let's see where it goes. Ain't nobody winning trades right there, except for people that are paying attention to this, which is probably a 15-minute something or other. Okay, kinda. You have to be like really paying attention. I wasn't, obviously. Does it ever run these lows, or does it ever run these highs? There's the highs get run, and now do we run the lows? Nope. Okay, now I'm just playing around. We're in the next day. All right. Thanks for watching.